How we doing, guys? Carmine here. Today I'm doing a review on one of my new locomotives, and the reason I'm choosing to do this review, not only the fact that I'm actually going to be stripping down and repainting this locomotive, but I feel like these are really overlooked by a lot of the O-gauge manufacturers. I know MTH makes these in a bunch of different road names and schemes and stuff like that, but I don't really see a lot of them. And I'm a big fan of late 18th century, early 19th century steam locomotives and rail cars and history and all that stuff. So I really feel like this needed a review because I haven't found one of these 460s yet. So this is item number 30-1755-1. It was available in the MTH 2018 Volume 1 catalog. The retail price on these 460s was $459.95, but if you go to some of your local hobby shops, I have been seeing them range for around $400 or so, give or take. The locomotive has Protosound 3.0, LED headlights, operating fan-driven smoke unit. It has electric couplers on the rear, and all the typical features you come to expect from MTH. It's a die-cast metal boiler, die-cast metal tender, die-cast metal wheels, a lot of die-cast everything. Now, some quick history on the 460. And actually MTH's 460s, these are truthfully modeled after Baldwin locomotives, obviously, but more to the point, if you guys haven't figured out from my train layout yet, I'm a big Disney fan, me and my wife both are. These are actually modeled after the 10-wheelers that Walt Disney World runs down in Orlando, Florida. They are narrow gauge, of course, and you know, I know O-gauge technically isn't quote-unquote narrow gauge, that's more of an ON30 type deal, but if you have some buildings and stuff that are a little bit larger, the locomotive and everything kind of fits in really, really nice. But that's for people that are rivet counters. I'm really not going to be a rivet counter. I try not to be, so that's not something that really worries me. But they, like I said, they are all Baldwin-built locomotives. They were brought to Walt Disney World from Mexico, and they were completely refurbed in the shops. Obviously, their appearance today was completely different from how they looked when we originally found them there. But nevertheless, they're still American-built Baldwin locomotives, and they're wonderful. The 10-wheelers, or the 460s, whatever you'd like to call them, became a lot more popular in the late 18th century. The original drive gear and setup was American 440 types, which those were the most typical ones. Those are the ones that you see for the Golden Spike, like the Jupiter and the 119, the General, for example. It's a 440 wheel arrangement. This is a 460. This actually allowed a larger firebox, so you can actually get more power, more torque, and a little bit more speed out of it. So these became very, very popular, and even today, some railroads down in Mexico and in South America, and obviously like Disney, some local tourist lines, they do still operate these, although most of them have been converted to burn oil as opposed to wood or coal. All right, guys, getting a closer look here on the model. You have your die-cast metal forward trailing truck, die-cast metal cow catcher, die-cast metal dummy O-gauge coupler. It is obviously molded in, so it does not operate. Beautifully printed number plate up here. You actually have brass stanchions as well as brass handrails all the way down, as well as a turned brass bell. You have your operating smoke unit in the smokestack, and the way that works, obviously, you pour the smoke fluid right down the top of the stack. Up front, you have your LED headlight, and you have painted marker or classification lights, whatever you'd like to call them. Along the side, you have your polished drive gear, your beautiful red wheels, which actually pop really well in this model. I love the way they look. And I also like how they did the kind of Russian iron simulated boiler, which Russian iron was very, very popular back in the days. Now, the color does change, I guess you want to say, in certain sunlight and certain colors. So sometimes they're going to look gray, sometimes they're going to look blue, sometimes they're going to look like this bluish gray. Moving along to the tender, you're going to see the nice, sharp Pennsylvania Railroad logo with the beautiful golden white pinstriping, the simulated wood load, and this whole thing is die-cast metal. Your die-cast metal trucks, and up here in the cab, you have engineer and fireman figures, as well as a lighted glowing firebox. Now we come to the engineer's side of the locomotive. Not a whole lot different from the other side, with the exception of some separately applied brass piping all the way up to the crosshead valve. Up here you have a brass-plated whistle, brass-plated pop-up valves, and the other side of the bell with the swinging lever. Now I'm going to swing around and show you guys the inside of the cab. Okay guys, this is the inside of the cab. I know the angle's a little bit weird, but you can at least see what's going on. Here's your hand-painted crew figures. You have your operating glowing red firebox. You have molded in valves, gauges. You even have a molded in oil spigot here. And that's about it for the cab. Really short, simple, and sweet. But then again, these locomotives back in the day, they were very, very basic locomotives. In fact, some of the earlier 440s and stuff actually didn't even have air brakes. So you actually had to stop them with the reversing lever or the Johnson bar. Okay guys, this is the front of the tender. As you can tell, not a whole lot going on here. You do have some molded in straps, as well as some molded in slats, the continuation of your pinstriping, and the synthetic or fake wood load. This is the back of the tender. Once again, real simple. You actually have a tool chest back here. The tool chest does not open, it is molded in. Some more Pennsylvania Railroad logos and the locomotive number, as well as your operating electrocoupler. All right guys, now it's time to start this engine up. I am gonna use the extended startup sequence on my DCS remote, which is the SSU button, the soft key right here. It is a little bit long, but you will hear a lot of different atmospheric noises and sounds. So hang in there with me, here we go.
We got a schedule to keep. Let's get her steam. Check on that water level, will you? Swing that boat over. Okay, that's enough. Let's grease up the side rod. Looks good. What do you see? I'm going to blow her down now. Clear.
All right guys, that was the extended startup sequence. So now the first sound we're gonna try is the bell. Pretty generic bell, nothing too crazy. They use the same bell on a lot of the locomotives. All right, the next sound we're gonna try now is the whistle. Now, the one thing I am gonna say about this is I have a bunch of these 460s. This is the first time I've heard one of these 460s with a single chime whistle. I'm not too crazy about it. I am gonna look into seeing if I can change some of the files in there to get a different, deeper whistle, something a little bit closer to the locomotive that I am gonna try and model. Doesn't sound bad, but it is definitely the whistle off of an older 440 or a single chime whistle. And I will warn you, it is extremely loud. So if your wife or your girlfriend or whatever is in the house and she's trying to sleep, I don't suggest running this thing at night or turn the volume down because it is high pitched and it is loud. So here's the basic whistle. Here is your forward whistle.
Check on that water level, will you?
Your reverse whistle. And your crossing whistle. Alrighty, that was the whistle and the bell. Now I'm going to do a couple of the atmospheric sounds. So I haven't set my remote up fully with the soft keys, so it's going to be at random. I don't know what we're going to get, but here's the first one.
Now departing for Chicago on track 1, train number 5, the Pennsylvania Limited.
Don't need to send out the dog catcher if we don't stay on schedule.
Now arriving from New York on track 1, train number 5, the Pennsylvania Limited.
And those are a couple of the atmospheric sounds. Alrighty guys, now we're going to get ready to move it on out. The consist of cars I have coupled to it are Pennsylvania Railroad cars, although the eras are way off, so if you guys are rivet counters, I'm really sorry, but I'm trying to keep with the theme here, and I'm doing my best, so here we go.
Go ahead,
Alrighty guys, now we're going to get ready to do the passenger freight announcement sequence. It's a little long, so here we go.
Now arriving from New York on track 1, train number 5, the Pennsylvania Limited. This stop is Philadelphia.
Watch the step. Have a nice day. Thank you. Welcome aboard. Ticketed passengers only. Let me help you with your baggage.
Now departing for Chicago on track 1, train number 5, the Pennsylvania Limited.
Welcome aboard. Step right this way. Watch the step. All aboard. Must be time to go. I see the conductor's checking his watch again. The conductor's giving us the highball signal. Let's get down the line.
Alrighty guys, that wraps it up for this review. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I also really hope you look into getting yourself one of these little locomotives. Like I said, I love them. They run great, they're durable, they run smoothly. The smoke and the sound is excellent. So keep an eye out for a new review coming soon. I'm going to be doing one of my diesel locomotives next. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. See you next time.